let's see. Ooh, we have an upgrade kit here. Level 10 Inferno rounds, level 7 Tungsten rounds. Anything else in here? Doesn't seem like it, so let's head out. So, if we look back here, you may recognize this because we drove past it previously when we were in the Mako. And when I said, on second thought, I'm not sure I really wanted to go in this direction after all. Because I knew we were eventually going to end up coming, or at least once I saw it, I knew we were eventually going to end up coming out of this. And I was like, this is going to mess things up if we are driving by the place where we are going to eventually end up. And fortunately it did not. But, let's take a look at our journal here to see. Espionage probe. The probe was a trap set specifically to lure you in. Alanos Haliat, the man who masterminded the attack on Elysium, wants revenge on you for heroically holding the line. So we found the probe. Probe signal was coming from this place. We escaped the trap that Haliat left for us. If possible, though, we can also try to take him down, because he is, in theory, on this planet. So, let's, with that in mind, take a second here. This may be a sniper situation for Garrus. And, we have the super explosive assault rifle for Tally. But, really? Really, Garrus? Come on, man. Don't be like that. And if we look at the map as well here, we'll see... So remember, we initially came in over there, and the Mako was right there where we parked it, outside the entrance. But the Mako has now been moved to this spot here. However, you will notice that there's another marker that I don't believe was there previously. Mercenary camp. That was the other thing that we drove by that I was a little concerned we might mess things up by doing. There is the Mako. We just saw it down there for a second. But, well, let's just say we might have some friends down here as well. Like, one Krogan there, one dude here. Are we close enough, though, for Garrus to use assassination? Because that's why I want him to have his sniper rifle on, to ideally obliterate these people from all the way over here. Because this can actually be, it's going to be a little bit tough. There's a relatively large group of mercenaries. They're actually fairly powerful. And either we try to snipe them from this range, or we make a run for the Normandy, which we would have to get directly in the line of fire to do that. And so we could very well get significantly hurt, or potentially even die in the process, because we have quite a distance to go, and we are just out in the open in doing so. Let's save here, because I'm not sure if we saved post disarming. We could try using a sniper ourselves, but it's not going to end well. We also, I do not believe, have alerted them to our attention, or we've not made them aware of us just yet. So, like, we can try aiming directly down the sight, but we have low enough accuracy on a sniper rifle that even if we do that, we have a high chance of missing. It could improve our sniper if we really wanted to. Give ourselves a bit more accuracy, but probably, well, I mean, this actually would be a lot more accuracy if we went this route. We might not want to use a really solid sniper rifle on us, an untrained sniper user. So, I almost want them to notice us. That way, because right now we're not seeing their health bars show up, which I'm not sure if I can actually get Garrus to target one of them with assassination. Maybe we see if we can get slightly closer from this angle. Yeah, you can see they have several Krogan, but that is Solarian, and Alanos Haliat is in fact down there as well. So, Garrus, can we, like, can I force the issue here a bit? I don't think so. I think we need to be closer for us to actually target those guys. I really need to hard target them with assassination. So that was the plan A. But unfortunately, I just think that's not so realistic. We might, I mean, it would be great if we could hit them from here, but I mean, unless we add sniping skills, which we don't. think that's pretty much impossible to make that work, unless we, like, maybe just deliberately get their attention by firing a warning shot of sorts. But I'm just going to move in a little bit more here. Try to approach the Mako from such an angle that even when they do see us, they won't be able to get us for too long. And we get to the Mako before we actually get to them, hopefully. It's kind of on a ledge here. We can't make a direct route, unfortunately. I don't think. Let's make sure friends are with us here. They are? Okay. So I think they have snipers of their own, which are theoretically capable of hitting us quite hard. Speaking of which... we're the only ones who have that? I suppose we are. Shield boost just restores shields, doesn't give additional survivability. So with the other thing is that with no experience penalties anymore in Legendary Edition, we're fighting the Mako. That was a terrible shot. But it does mean that you can just kind of, once you do get to the Mako, proceed to shoot people and run them over. There is Alanos Haliot. Goodbye, Alanos Haliot. Nice knowing you, buddy. Thanks for trying to blow us up. That's what you get in return. Sayonara. We'll just run you real quick. Haliot went through a lot of trouble to draw you here. Pity it ended like this. For him, at least. Now that you're above ground, your suit radio has a re-established connection with Normandy. Time to get the hell out of here. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's do a quick scan here, see if there's anything in this mercenary camp, but don't think so. I think it is just the group of people we are fighting, and nothing more, nothing less. Also, small little things to note there. The conversation we had with him just before we had to disarm the explosive, he referenced the amount of time ago that was, and I think he made it sound like, I think he said 3 years ago, when technically speaking from other sources of information that are presumably more reliable, I think it's actually something more like 7, so number he gave was wrong. But more significantly, in the original Mass Effect, he had a human character model, which was clearly a mistake and was very wrong, because a big part of this whole thing was that he was one of the first Turians to attack humans, and so that kind of takes away a lot from it if he also is actually a human. So yeah, they fixed that for Legendary Edition, and we could see on his little hologram that he was definitely a Turian, and I don't know if you could tell before we blew him to smithereens, but yeah, his character model in the flesh was also a Turian. Before he got disintegrated, at least. Well, let's head back up. Alright, so let's take a look at that assignment there. So it was the espionage probe. We escaped from the trap Haliot laid for you, and managed to kill him in the process. So I actually don't remember if it counts as the mission being complete if you don't kill him and you just immediately go back to Normandy. I mean, I forget, can you go straight to the Normandy when you're not in the Mako? I think you can. So theoretically, as soon as you get out of the mine, you could just go straight back to the Normandy. I think it might still count that mission as complete, even if you haven't killed him, and then theoretically you probably could rejoin the planet. You could, leave the planet, come back, and then proceed to kill him then. In fact, that's actually one other way you can make that last battle much easier, is, so if you do that, if you leave the planet as soon as you get out of the mine, and then you immediately return to the planet, you will return in the Mako, in whatever the starting place is when the Mako spawns in, and that way you automatically are back in the Mako, so you don't have this awkward, I need to run through this open field on the way to the ship as I go past a whole group of snipers and mercenaries who could easily shoot me to bits. So that's sort of a bit of a, I hesitate to say cheap, but it's a bit of a cop-out, if you will, solution to that situation. Or perhaps somewhat similarly to the just spending a whole bunch of Omnigel to disarm the explosives. So if things do not go well, if you are not prepared, then that mission can be very difficult. If you know what to expect, and you're willing to use some workaround strategies, then it can become a lot easier. But anyways, that is all for Agibinium. As for where we'd like to go next, now that's a good question. So that was a mission that I think I was saying before we started it up. One way you can learn about it is by just exploring this area, but there was theoretically another way we can learn about it later on. As for what we want to do now, though, I think actually we have another very interesting one. One that we've been waiting a bit to do as well. So this one is actually over here in the same area as Pharos. We're not going to Pharos just yet, although this might be a good lead-in to it. But, so that, obviously, Pharos is here. But we go instead to the Hercules cluster. Hercules system, I should say.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Yeah, another message? Okay.
Normandy, this is Alliance Command. We're detecting your presence in the Attican Beta Cluster. One of our surveillance drones was gathering intel on Geth activities in the region when it was spotted and shot down. You need to go groundside and recover the drone's data module before the Geth find it.
Okay. And there you have it. So that's a new mission for us. I suppose we could exit here and just give it a quick read. I believe you get this as soon as you go into the Attican Beta Cluster, which, I mean, in theory means you could get this, what? As soon as you go to Pharos, which is a little bit strange, timing-wise. But, so it's Lost Module. Alliance Command has asked you to recover a data module used to gather intel on Geth movements in the Attican Beta Cluster. It's likely that Geth are also after the data module. Okay, so this mission in particular has several interesting things to it, including an exploit of sorts, somewhat along the lines of something that we explored a little while back, but okay, so and I suppose we can read a little bit more on it. Travel to the Hercules system in the Attican Beta Cluster and find the drone containing the data module. Sure thing. Okay, so let's just look around here a bit. We have Zotheron? Zotheron is a small rock planet with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. Surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sulfur with deposits of boron. It is, 388. We've actually seen some really hot planets in the thousands as of late, but that one's still, it's up there. Then we have Ciudad. It's not the name I would like to be calling my planets, but sure. Proximity of the energetic star Hercules causes constant blue and violet aurorae in Ciudad's nitrogen-argon atmosphere. During periods of increased solar flares, the aurorae are bright enough to read by on the surface and can be seen with off-the-shelf optics from a distance of several AU. Ciudad's scorching hot surface is mainly composed of magnesium with deposits of iron. So a surprising variety of simple carbon-based life flourishes in a complex network of cave systems that wind through the crust, protected from Hercules' heat and radiation. Interesting. Oh yeah, because the surface temperature is 523 degrees Celsius. That's probably too hot for any organisms to be living here, but under the surface, you say, that's intriguing. We can survey it, and we'll get a medallion. While scanning Ciudad, you discovered a large debris field in geosynchronous orbit. Chief Engineer Adams conducted several detailed sweeps of the area and detected a few items of interest, including a League of One medallion encased in lead molding. Okay, we got that. Then we've got Elitania. And there's a level 1 toxic hazard here. Elitania, or Elitania? Elitania, maybe. Appears to be a world eminently suited for colonization. Sadly, appearances are deceiving. Oh no. So much potential. It is covered by a verdant carpet of mosses, algae, and lichen, and possesses a thick, oxygenated atmosphere. Sounds great thus far. But the animal kingdom is a web of microscopic and symbiotic creatures. Okay, I mean, they work together. That part's fine, unless there's a catch. Sounds like there may be a catch. These are impossible to filter from the air and are necessary for the native life to thrive. Okay. Unfortunately, here it comes, they also cause anaphylactic shock when inhaled by non-native life. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. In short, settlement requires either fully sealed environment suits or replacement of the entire world's ecosystem. Yeah, that sounds like not a good idea. Some have proposed limited colonization at altitudes above the symbiote's range, or in areas where favorable winds keep the air clear. I mean, maybe, if that's sufficient, then that could be quite good. I mean, yeah, if it has oxygen atmosphere, verdant fields, it's almost the same gravity as Earth, and 13 degrees Celsius is not bad. I mean, we were just looking at planets that were in the hundreds, so I'll take 13 over that, for sure. So, that is ultimately the place where we will be landing. But let's first look at Zataurus as well. Zataurus is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with high-level decks of sulfur clouds. A layer of hydrocarbons has formed deeper in the atmosphere. Vast electrical storm fronts can be seen flickering across the dark side. Okay, well, we can survey it. We get a heavy... Okay, I was gonna say, first look, I saw a heavy metal from a hydrogen-helium gas giant, and I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? But no, just to clarify, while scanning this planet, we detected a large deposit of gold on a nearby moon. I mean, not to say that I scoff at the prospect of prospecting more gold, but, you know, it's just a little strange at first that gold would be sprouting out of the non-existent ground on this gas giant, so yeah, a moon makes a lot more sense. Okay, so, without further ado, let's take a look here at Elitania, I think we established, and let's get going. Okay, so, like we were reading before, this place does have a level 1 environmental hazard, which means if we have one person wearing one of the environmental hazard-proof pieces of armor, then we will be fine in that regard. And so, I know we have... That's for Garrus, for sure. I think we have a medium or heavy armor that Ashley could use for that purpose as well. We must have a light human armor that either we could use, or Liara could use, or Caden could use. I think we have one for Rex. I'm not sure if we have one for Tally, though. May not. Which is unfortunate in particular, because Tally is probably one of, if not the best fits for this mission. So I think we do take her, but then I think we more or less have to take someone else who is capable of definitely wearing one of those. Rex has one. Let's go with Ashley. I'm pretty much certain that Ashley has access to one of them. Right, then again, we might be fine even without it. Of course, as long as we're careful. We should be okay. Not just chilling, walking around all over the place in the toxic environment. Okay, but as we can see there is a level 1 hazard, and let's see, we have 1 point on Ashley here. And the fully upgraded soldier, which I think is what we were doing most recently here. Could get advanced shield boost. That makes some sense. Decent value for 1 point. I mean, otherwise, probably other alternative would be upgrading pistols, which I'm not too keen on doing, especially on a character that can wield any weapon. So presumably would not ever have much reason to use those pistols. So yeah, let's take that. And then Tally and Shepard, both fine. Actually, hold on just a second here. Oh, I briefly glanced at our Paragon bar. Out of the corner of my eye, it looked like it was completely full. I was like, really? When did that happen? It's almost completely full, but not quite. Then we did recently pick up some nice stuffs. Some nice weapons that I don't think we've yet spread the love to Ashley in that regard. She's still using a level 8 high rarity weapon, yes, but we have some level 9 high rarity weapons that we might prefer. We might have even given one of the better ones to someone else. Potentially Garrus, but yeah, I tell you what, our high rarity ones are level 8 as well, so it's pretty much just a matter of do you prioritize damage or heatsink capacity or accuracy, and I think we do like the one that we have equipped in that case. Let's see. Shotgun. Again, we're back down to level 7 in this case, so definitely not. Pistol, not super relevant for you. Very unlikely you'd ever use it. Sniper rifle. You are the other person we'd like to have a sniper rifle. You and Garrus are two ranged experts, so yeah, this is a good one. You should definitely be the person to take it. Then, question was with armor. Ooh, we did recently get this, and it is quite good. It is really good. But, actually, I don't know how long ago that was. We got this type of armor for Rex recently. I don't know when we got it for Ashley. I mean, that's what it looks like. In case you're wondering. But this is what we need. Is the Survivor. So, yes, it does give us the hazard immunity. It's statistically otherwise quite bad. Compare that to the armor that I'd like to be wearing, and as you can see, armor I'd like to be wearing is almost twice as good. Actually, the damage protection is still decent, fortunately. So that's not too bad. Out of curiosity, does Tally even have one of these if we wanted to? No. Tally, in fact, we have only one piece of armor that Tally can wear, and it is the piece of armor she is currently using. So definitely no options for Tally. Also, I would kind of like to get her new armor as soon as possible, because I also just kind of hate the color scheme of this one. Just, it doesn't look good. Sorry, Tally. It just doesn't really look good. So yeah, now, if we just pop out for a second here, we should see that where it says level 1 hazard, we do not have a bar filling up because Ashley has got us covered. So I'm not sure how much we're actually going to be hanging out outside. To tell you the truth, that might not be a huge deal, but it is good to have that safety net at the very least. If we do find ourselves hanging out outside, then we can have that confidence that we can chill and not have to worry about it too much. But yeah, so what I would like for us to do here is let's take a look at our map. And so this is one time where I am deliberately going to make an exception to our typical rule of thumb of going around the exterior of a planet first and then finishing with whatever the primary objective is. Because, actually, on this occasion, let's see, we know there's a downed recon probe here, an anomaly, and there's debris here. Let's go straight for the downed recon probe, though, and in fact, let's make sure that we save, because definitely save as soon as you get on this planet. There are several different ways that things can go down here, some of which can be, once you do certain things, you can be locked out of certain options, and it can be very easy to accidentally do some of those things and mess up what might have otherwise been your preferred course of action. So for that reason, save early, save often on this planet in particular. And, well, we will see why shortly. So, as we start approaching this, let's go very slowly here. Our marker is in this direction, and the objective we're looking for is seemingly over here. But let's approach with caution. some minerals over there, which we will definitely want to get eventually. Looks like what we're looking for is perhaps up here. Or maybe even down there. Let's see. There's the down probe, yes. What are these? What? The heck? Also, flies? Question mark? We did hear about there were microscopic organisms in the air that were going to kill us.
This is the surveillance drone. But where's the data module?
A monkey-like creature seems to have made off with the data module.
Guess we're doing this the hard way.
So, as it turns out, you'll now find there is a monkey colony in 4 different locations where, presumably, we will find the alien creature that has run off with said data module. We'll need to track down it, the alien in question, and in doing so, the module. So, suppose we can take a brief detour here. Wow, this right on the edge. This mineral deposit here. Yeah, like I said, this is definitely a planet where you want to be very cautious. I will show you why in just a few minutes. But first, that's not it. I thought that was the mineral deposit. That is the mineral deposit. It looks rather shiny and gold-like, because it is in fact gold. Had a lot of gold recently. I mean, there's technically no distinction, no difference between gold and other heavy metals resources, other than it seeming cool because it's gold. There we are. It's actually a distinction without a difference. Okay, so we have several of these monkey colonies that we can go try to find. They're scattered a fair bit throughout this world. And so what I'm going to do is let's see, this one is sort of the closest to us. We'll pass by it briefly, I think. See if there's anything of note there. And once you get close, this is where you want to go very slowly. Because if we go here, we will saw basically some dead monkeys by the first signal that we went over to. But here we have some very alive monkeys. Monkey doesn't have the module. The monkey does not have the module. This monkey doesn't have the module. This monkey, though, he also he doesn't have the module. And this monkey, well, I mean, you don't even want to check this monkey, because obviously that monkey does not have the module. As for that one, well, I mean, you already know the answer, right? These ones. Hold on. So you'll see that basically once we've already examined a monkey, it no longer has the little circle around it, so we can no longer interact with it. That is the way of knowing if you have checked a monkey or not. That monkey also does not have the module, nor does this one, What? How do you already know that, Lids? Trust me. I know. I know. Because I know. Nor does this one. Are there any monkeys that we have not yet checked here? Or have we seen and checked them all? Well, I say to you, do not worry. Even if we have not checked any, or if we miss one of the monkeys, we are good to go here. Because the module isn't here. So, almost messed that up right there. The reason why you want to be very careful is because, here, I'll pop back out here for a second, and this is, I suppose, one of the times where having the resistance to the environmental hazard would be helpful, because, you know, if you are quite literally running around from monkey to monkey trying to find the module, then it could take you a little bit of time, especially if you're just hanging out, chatting, right out here. Then, yep, you would probably end up dying to the hazard. However, one thing you can accidentally do, or potentially purposefully do, is these monkeys. They are, in fact, creatures that, if you wanted to, you can shoot them. You can run them over. Doing either of those things will kill the monkey. Like that one that just snuck up right next to us. It will kill the monkey, and that does have repercussions for the outcome of this mission. And for the thing that we're looking to do here, which is, I think, definitely worth showing you, it is necessary that we be just a little careful. And that's why, particularly when we are approaching those monkey colonies, we want to be particularly, well, sure that we are not going to run over any of the monkeys. Otherwise, we won't be able to do what we're looking to do here. I'll leave it at that. So what I would like to do in that case, now that we've seen the monkeys, is let's head over to this next one. I mean, like, that might have actually been a preferred route. I mean, either way, like, there are sort of channels through which we can go to get to the next one over here. Maybe we'll actually mark it. Let's do that. Once upon a time, though, in the original Mass Effect release, this was a really significant place because you actually did have one very notable reason for deliberately trying to kill the monkeys. That being, there were a few achievements, actually many achievements that they could be a significant help for completing. One of them being, there was an achievement for getting a certain number of organic kills, so like humans, animals, basically not robots. So they counted for that, and there are obviously a lot of monkeys, so they were an easy way to get that fairly early. The other thing, and probably more significantly that they could be used for achievement purposes, was that there used to be achievements for getting a certain number of kills with each type of weapon. I think it was 150. It was a lot, and that was really significant because that was the way that you unlocked access to a weapon for other classes. So, like, for example, let's say you played your first playthrough as a soldier, so you had access to every type of weapon training, but then you wanted to, on a future occasion, play as a sentinel, like we're currently playing, where you wouldn't have access to any types of additional weapon training. If, on your initial soldier playthrough, you got that achievement for, say, 150 kills with an assault rifle, you then unlocked the ability to add that to your next sentinel character, so you suddenly are a rare sentinel that has the ability to use weapons that you would not usually be able to use. And so that is the key thing about these monkeys, is that they count for that achievement as well, or they did count. That achievement no longer exists in Legendary Edition, but or at least I don't think it does. So in Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect 1, you could say deliberately, basically just go out and say, I need 50 more sniper rifle kills to get that achievement. Pull out your sniper rifle, you shoot a bunch of innocent, peaceful, cute little monkeys with the sniper rifle until you get 150 kills with the sniper rifle to get the achievement, and then you walk away and never speak of that moment again. And then you do that with all your weapons. And then you've unlocked all of those achievements, and so then you can use that skill on any character, regardless of whether they would normally have access to that from the beginning or not. So that, in addition to the, like I said, just organic kills achievements, those were all the achievements you could get from specifically fighting these monkeys. Not to say that's the only way you can do it, it's just a very quick and easy way to make it happen, especially... I mean, it's one thing for your soldier, but, like, you could even do that as a sentinel without any training on a sniper rifle. We would normally have horrendous accuracy. Oh, that was Ashley. That was not us. I don't know why I did that to Ashley, but... So, like... In Mass Effect 1, the original version, remember, if you didn't have any training, you would not be able to zoom in at all with your weapons. So, like, the only way we'd be able to shoot a sniper rifle would be like this. I'm gonna make sure I'm very far away when I do this, because who knows where this is gonna shoot. But the only way you could fire a sniper rifle was no-scoping. So, as you can imagine, getting the 150 kills with a sniper rifle as someone who cannot zoom in with a sniper rifle and can only no-scope, that's kind of difficult. That's extremely difficult. And so, having an enemy that doesn't fight back, that gets killed in one hit, who has numerous friends nearby that all count for that achievement, much easier way to make that work. Much easier way. So that's why these guys were kind of just the easiest way, especially for certain kinds of characters, to get those achievements done. But like I said, I don't think they exist in Mass Effect Legendary Edition, because in Legendary Edition, you can actually, you can zoom in on any weapon, even without the training, and so that might be the reason why. Also, one thing I'm noticing here, you may see that in the air every once in a while, sort of like little, I don't know how to, they look like little bits of leaves or like algae, almost like this. This right here. These things floating. Sort of like semi-transparent. And then they fade into the atmosphere, but that, I have to imagine, is supposed to be, well, the stuff that would slowly be killing us if we didn't have the environmental hazard suit on. Because it is, well, it causes paraphylactic seizures, apparently. But anyways, now let's hop in here. And let's save again, because again, we just want to be super careful here. We want to make sure we don't accidentally kill any monkeys or what have you, because there are more monkeys in here. Medical kit as well. I don't think we need that right now. We can check these monkeys. That monkey does not have the module. This monkey also does not have the module. Ooh. Take this locked crate, though. Huzzah. Let's see, we get not great shotgun, decent sniper, and oh, hold on, that's an upgraded version of the armor that we currently have on Ashley right now. So, don't mind if I do here, but it's not that it's that much better, but it is, at least theoretically, somewhat better. Also, it changed colors. I do like that color better, but okay. I'm actually wondering, we don't see the environmental hazard marker when we're inside here. I think, technically speaking, why do I keep on going to the squad screen when I mean to go to the equipment screen? But technically speaking, we could switch over to a non-hazard resistance armor, and we would be fine. Yeah, looks like it. So, anyways, also, speaking of which, Ashley, could you please come hither? Please and thank you. Okay. So we got that. I'm gonna deliberately save the medkit because I just don't think we need it right now. Maybe we will later. And, well. Anything else? Got monkeys? Okay. Another reason why you want to be careful here. There are, you know, just like casually some explosive containers right next to those monkeys that are nonchalantly waltzing on around. The monkey does not have the module, though. Let's get to this container. Now, remember, this is the normal modules, I would think. They're not like the ones that we had on that spaceship where we fought Julia, where they automatically explode if you go near them. Nothing big here, I don't think, besides that sniper rifle's too low level to be relevant. Yeah, so, like, we should still be able to walk next to them and they won't automatically blow up and potentially accidentally kill a monkey that way, but, you know, don't go running through here firing your weapon all over the place and accidentally killing the monkey unintentionally. Let's see, this is a pretty big area, though. But hello, monkey that is stuck on that light. It's another monkey. The thing with the monkeys is it is making it kind of hard to distinguish between what is a monkey and what is a crate that we can loot, because everyone knows, obviously, that's more important. That first shotgun is actually potentially quite solid. That was a monkey. He does not have the module. However, perhaps if we keep going this way, let's see, we have two options here. Do we know anything of these two routes? Oh, really? Try this one. That monkey does not have the module. That monkey also does not have the module. However, there's also another crate in here. And this one, decent shotgun. That's about it. And then, anything else in here? Don't blow that up. Let's try maybe the other one of those little pathways here. We already checked you, right? Yep. What do we have in this one? Because this monkey does not have the module, but this monkey does have the data module. So that's big.
It's a miracle the data module's still intact. Joker can transmit this info to Alliance Command.
So, you'll notice we obviously got the data module. We got 6 Paragon points, which may not seem like a lot, but if we save here and then reload said save, I think we will find that we can get the Paragon points back. Look at that. We just got another additional 6 Paragon points. And now our meter is like practically full. And we can continue to press search, search, search. You just need to save once. Reload that save after giving this monkey the module. And then after you've done that, you can just press the search button repeatedly and repeatedly spawn 6, or repeatedly give yourself 6 additional Paragon points. So it's another source of infinite Paragon points. Specifically Paragon points. Can't get any renegade points from doing this. You can only do this if you have not killed any of these space monkeys, because that will lock you out from doing that. The reason why we're getting the Paragon points to begin with is because we're quote-unquote finding the module without killing any of the monkeys. So we can, this one I would call a glitch. Yes, I think is not intended to work that way. I suppose the other infinite Paragon or Renegade points that we saw in Novaria, that was also definitely glitch territory, whereas the infinite money, that one I like to call an exploit, because I think that's more so something that was working as intended, just perhaps it was more effective than people realized it was. We're gonna run out of time here, aren't we? Oh, also, I just totally ignored that. Let's make it in the last second there. Ooh, good shotgun. Okay. That's nice. So yeah, I'm deliberately not going to search this monkey anymore, because we're already practically at full Paragon, and you know, I'm doing this mostly just to show you that it exists, if you're interested in doing it. But, as we found, by going about doing a bunch of missions and just consistently choosing the Paragon choices, you're gonna be able to fill up your Paragon meter relatively efficiently. I mean, we aren't that far. We've done a lot of side quests, but at least for main quests, we're not that far along, and yet we basically have a full Paragon meter. Obviously, we did a little bit of the trick on Novaria just to show you what it was like there as well, so got a little bit of additional stuff that route, but if you're interested in doing so, it's possible. Again, the course of action is get to specifically this spot here. I did, in fact, know that it was only going to be this specific nest, or I forget what it was referred to as, but this colony, this area of the space monkey is the one that sends you down into this mine area, and And I don't know if it can be either one of these two final rooms here. If it's just the one that you maybe search second, or it might be that it's always this one further to the right. But either way, once you've done that and you've killed none of the space monkeys along the way, you interact with the space monkey, get the module, immediately save, then reload that save, and then once you do, you can just interact with that monkey repeatedly to get infinite 6 Paragon bursts. And well, that may not sound like much, because that, I think the one on Novaria was like 26 or something like that per effort. That one on Novaria did require reloading, whereas this one does not, so this one probably, in actuality, is faster. But then again, I show you it. I feel like it's not the best course of action to do it, because I feel like it messes a little bit with the flow of the game, where it reduces the meaning of getting Paragon points if you're, 10% of the way through the game and you already are at, 100% Paragon. Because then it just feels like it doesn't matter anymore. But anyways, that's all on the side. Let's, as you can see here, take a look and see that at our minimap, there are a couple of enemies in here. Let's make sure we're ready to go. So Ashley probably shouldn't be on a pistol. In fact, remind me, did we put the explosive stuffs on any of Ashley's gear? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. We could try it. Try it here. Didn't we were considering it on... Okay, Tally does. Tally does on her shotgun. And actually, she has... we prefer her existing shotgun to this one? Probably. Prefer to this one. Might have been asking ourselves this question previously. I mean, bear in mind that heatsink capacity with high explosive rounds, she's gonna blow through that very, very quickly. Oh, we can give her the better version of it. What does it improve as it levels up? Is it just the damage? Blast radius gets a little bit better. Heat generation stays the same. Weapons force stays the same. So yeah, it's a little more AoE, gets a little more damage, but it still overheats your weapons at the same rate. So let's give this a shot. So now that we've gotten the module, I don't believe it matters if we have any space monkey casualties. Obviously, having explosive round shotguns in a room full of explosive containers, that probably will lead to some casualties. But try it out here. What types of enemies are there, you ask? Well, remember, what we learned about was that there were some Geth here that we had reason to believe were the ones that were initially stealing these the data module. And that's why I was thinking Tally might be a good fit. Now, I actually don't know if Carnage will... well, speaking of Carnage, they're hitting us with Carnage. But I don't know if Carnage will actually have the effects of the explosive rounds. But, we should probably do something to actually take care of these people, rather than just watching them slowly creep up to us. That is not the enemy I'm looking at there. Also, this guy is... I think those were the explosive rounds. Okay. Hold the sound effect too. Let's see. We have overload. Let's do... Whoa! Use it. So that's a destroyer, who is a very strong type of Geth. Not the strongest, but yeah, you don't want them rushing you down like this. So, let's lift you before you cause any more trouble. Because, yeah, we dilly-dallied quite a bit out in the open here, and now we are kinda in a rough spot. Actually, probably not a bad idea to throw on immunity now, and let's just... That's Shock Trooper, this Shock Trooper, let's stasis you. Probably the sniper more than anything. We leveled up. I believe is level 50. It is significant. Let's sabotage snipers. If we can. One sniper down. Those are the explosive rounds. If you're wondering why you aren't hearing more of them, it's because, well, remember, they overheat extremely quickly. Let's stasis the destroyer. I think that's top priority. It was about to charge us. Okay, destroyer down. Sniper also, bit of a concern. We could, again, sabotage weapons. I think that'd be great. Prevent you from using that sniper, and then just get you out of here. Okay, it's a sniper trying to hit us from point blank. Let's see. Okay, wait, hold on. Tally's about to get Carnage back. So, if you do this, I mean, they're dead. It's actually hard to tell, because Carnage basically is almost like an automatic explosive rounds. Couldn't tell if it's actually doing the effects of both the explosive rounds and the Carnage as well. There's still someone else in here. So I'd rather not, and it is a sniper, based on that sound. I'd rather not be walking right next to an explosive container, when we know there's still an enemy in here. He says as he walks next to an explosive container. There you are. I see you. Excuse me, dude. Just no look. Trying to snipe me. Oh, well, we were like one hit away from taking you out, but go away. Oh, that is not where I wanted to aim that. Can you, like, get hit by anything, please? There we go. Thank you.